1932, wealthy oil magnate Jean-Paul Getty owned a Model A Duesenberg, which he swapped for Duesenberg J476. The J476 was one of 5 short-wheelbase torpedo convertible coupe bodies built by Murphy. Notable in its design is the Murphy hallmark disappearing convertible top and the bare aluminum top of the body. This vehicle was purchased new by Cliff Durant, son of GM founder William Durant. Durant owned the vehicle for a few months and traded it to J. Paul Getty for a Model A Duesenberg and some cash. Getty owned the vehicle until 1940. Duesenberg cars represent the pinnacle of American luxury and performance automotive engineering of the early 20th century. The brand, founded by brothers Fred and August Duesenberg, is synonymous with opulence, power, and exclusivity. Duesenberg vehicles were not only technological marvels of their time, but also art pieces, showcasing exceptional craftsmanship and design. The Duesenberg Model A was the company's first production car and debuted in 1920, with sales starting in 1921. It was the first production car to feature hydraulic brakes and a straight-8 engine, setting new standards in automotive performance and safety. Approximately 650 Model A cars were produced. In 1926, Errit Laban-Cord, an influential entrepreneur and automotive visionary, acquired Duesenberg. This acquisition was part of Cord's strategy to create a portfolio of automotive brands that catered to various market segments, from the mass market to the ultra-luxurious. Cord had a vision to produce the world's finest motor car. Under Cord's ownership, Fred Duesenberg developed the famous Model J. While Cord's marketing strategy was uniquely focused on the ultra-wealthy. This was a time when most of the world was struggling economically, yet Duesenberg cars were marketed as the ultimate symbol of success and opulence. The company famously adopted the tagline, "The world's finest motor car," a claim backed by the Model J's extraordinary capabilities and luxury. Duesenberg's marketing efforts highlighted the car's exclusivity, customizability, and superiority, appealing directly to celebrities, industrialists, and royalty. This strategy not only established Duesenberg as a prestigious brand, but also created a legendary status around the Model J, making it a coveted possession among the rich and famous. Howard Hughes owned a Duesenberg, and Tommy Lee Jones, playing Howard Hughes in the 1977 biopic The Amazing Howard Hughes, is seen driving a 1930 Duesenberg J. Judkins 7-passenger limousine. This is not the car that Howard Hughes actually owned. That car is believed to have been a 1931 Duesenberg Model J Tourster by Derham, similar to this one pictured. Duesenberg automobiles have appeared in several movies, including The Great Gatsby 2013, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Babylon 2020, starring Brad Pitt, and Capone 2020, starring Tom Hardy, just to name a few. In The Great Gatsby, DiCaprio is driving a 1929 yellow Duesenberg J Sport Phaeton, and he went on to buy himself one after making the movie. In the movie The Cotton Club, the main character, played by Richard Gere, is seen driving what looks to be the same 1930 Duesenberg J. Judkins 7-passenger limousine that Tommy Lee Jones drove in the Howard Hughes movie. With some relation to the Cotton Club. Duesenbergs were the toys of the super filthy rich, and that included the biggest gangsters of the time. Gangsters preferred Duesenbergs because of the speed and power, and though just 480 Duesenbergs were made between 1929 and 1938, They were the preferred vehicle for the high-profile mobsters. Wise guys such as conman Jake the Barber Factor owned a 1930 Duesenberg J, which was sold at auction in 2004 for $880,000. Oni the Killer Madden, a New York gangster who owned the Cotton Club and was pals with Dutch Schultz, also had a Model J. It's now part of the Bill Smith collection of American speed cars. A 1931, Duesenberg was the prized possession of Philadelphia bootlegger Mickey Duffy. Al Capone allegedly owned a Duesenberg, which was restored by the son of Capone's mistress, Gladys Walton. In the 1920s and 1930s, William Randolph Hearst was quite possibly the richest man on the planet or close to it. And in 1930, while at a 1930 Paris auto display, his traveling partner and mistress actress Marion Davies expressed an interest in a Duesenberg Model J Imperial Cabriolet. Hearst immediately purchased the car, and it arrived in California. This car ended up being one of the best traveled Duesenbergs ever, as it was taken with Hearst and Davies all over the USA and the world on their travels. Marion Davies went on to own other Duesenbergs in the years to follow. The first Duesenberg Model A was built in 1920. The last Duesenberg to be made by the original company was built in 1940, commissioned by a wealthy German artist Rudolf Bauer, and completed after the company had shut down. All up in that 20 years, roughly 1,200 Duesenbergs were made. The vast majority ended up in the hands of the mega-filthy rich. There were a few attempts to resurrect the name, but only one that justified the attempt. In 1970, Bernard Miller bought the Duesenberg Corporation and produced the SSJ model from templates taken from the original 1935 SSJ Le Grand Body. He did a very good job, but between 1970 and 1974, he only managed to make 8 vehicles. They are commonly named Duesenberg II. These cars and all the Duesenberg cars before them have been bought and sold at ever-increasing prices up until this day. Just a few more of the mega-rich people who owned Duesenberg autos. Gary Cooper. The famous actor was known for his love of fast cars, including his 1931 Duesenberg Model J Tourster. Elton John. The musician is known for his extensive car collection, including a Duesenberg. William Boeing, the aviation pioneer, had a Duesenberg in his collection. There was also a lot of royalty who owned Duesenbergs, including King Alfonso VIII of Spain, Victor Emmanuel III of Italy, Queen Maria of Yugoslavia, and Prince Nicholas of Romania, just to name a few. for watching, and please hit the subscribe button and comment if you wish.